of the shop. So now that we got the Viking funeral out of the way there for our beloved mask, they finally allowed us to show our beautiful smiling faces again. But then again, those of us who aren't exactly beautiful might benefit from continuing to wear them. Maybe I should have kept mine. Yesterday was the first day. I actually had to stop at the parts house on the way home, pick up a few things, and I've never seen people so happy as they were yesterday. Guys behind the counter and girls at the desk were running around smiling, and it's pretty nice to see for a change, so hopefully we can get back to some form of normality here. Anyways, let's see what we got going on here today. So I picked up a used set of headers here last weekend. Decent shape, price was right, so I couldn't pass it up. I've been considering putting some full-length headers on the 71 here, so I've been looking around. These ones seem to work. It might be a little low as far as clearance, but we'll try them out and see how they fit. It's currently got some block huggers on it, and it's actually got 2 1/4 inch pipe, same as the 68 out there. So eventually I want to swap these out. I don't think I'm going to tackle that right now with cruising season coming up. I kind of want to save that for maybe next winter. I feel like it's going to be a bit of an ordeal to get these in there, and I'll have to build a new exhaust for it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this improper radiator hose off here today and get that dealt with. I've also been doing some thinking, which is dangerous at the best of times. But I think the next project we need to tackle here on the 68 is this steering box. It's been hemorrhaging fluid since I got the truck, and I've been kind of back and forth on what to do here. There's 2 ways to go, the easy way and the not so easy way. Neither one of them is cheap. So initially I planned to take this original box, which is the Bendix unit. They only used this up until mid 69, and then they switched to the Ford Saginaw unit. So I plan to send this off to Redhead, have them fully rebuild it, but that isn't cheap. Between shipping and the labor costs, it's quite expensive. So I've been back and forth on that. The other issue is these Bendix boxes aren't available anywhere. I actually phoned the parts house because they do have it listed, and he checked and there's not one available in all of North America. So the issue with that is if you ever have a breakdown or blow out a seal, you can't get seal kits for it, and you can't just go buy a replacement unit. So I think I'm going to go the not so easy route. I'm going to order a Ford Saginaw unit, which is a longer box and requires some modifications. So we're going to have to pull the steering column, shorten that a couple inches. I've also got a replacement pitman arm on the way. I found some used stock. Got a guy shipping that to me because the pitman arm's a little bit different between the Bendix and the Ford box. And I've also got a new firewall, used firewall plate coming because the box changes the steering column angle slightly. So got those 2 bits coming. Gonna get this pulled off, order the new box, new rag joint. If you're planning to do this, there's a couple options kind of within this. You can find a 73 to 79 truck and pull the whole front end assembly. That'll get you disc brakes and all the steering box, and you can pull the column as well. It'll be the proper length. But I'm not going disc brakes right now. Like I said, the Mustang had manual drums, and this one does as well, and we're going to stick with that for now. Hopefully keep this simple. The most complicated part will be shortening the column, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's just a matter of pulling everything apart, cutting, slicing, and welding it back together. So we can certainly handle that. And then at least with the Ford box, if we need to get parts, or the one I'm going to buy through Napa here actually has a lifetime warranty on it, so at least if it starts leaking or whatever, we can just take it back, exchange it, and not be down for 8 to 10 weeks while this thing gets sent back. The issue with these ones, I've been told, is they're notorious for overheating. They're underpowered, and they tend to blow out seals non-stop, which this one has. And like I said, I was really leaning towards the easy route of just swapping this box out, but will be an issue down the road. So we're going to get away from that. Probably going to start pulling this out today, get everything out of there, and we'll get that column pulled out and start doing some figuring there. I'm going to order the new box for this next week. It's in stock locally here, so we can fit it up, get everything lined up, and start making our modifications. Also had to make up a custom negative cable for this. We can't seem to get a 4-gauge cable with a 1/2-inch ring terminal on it, so I had to get one just with I think it had a 5/16, and I cut it off. But I got myself a crimper, and I'll show you, it worked pretty good. So this is a crimper I picked up. This one's actually a Lincoln Electric brand, but I'm pretty sure it's just Chinese offshore with Lincoln slapping their name on it, but works quite well. You just take your cable, take your connector, slip it in here, wherever it centers up, and then strip back your cable, jam it in there, grab your BFH, and give her a good whack. It's got kind of a little cross pattern in there, and does a decent crimp. It says it'll do up to 2/0 cable, I believe, but had no issue doing my 4-gauge with these. And it's not as nice as a factory crimp like you'd get with a hydraulic crimper. This was quite cheap though. I only needed to do the 1 cable, and I don't often have to make a lot of cables, so I wasn't going to spend 60 or 80 bucks on a hydraulic crimper for something I'm not going to use that often. But if you're looking to just do a couple cables, these are great. It's spring loaded, so it kind of holds everything together. I did chuck it up in the vise there, just so it's not wobbling all over the place. But after using it, I'm pretty sure you can get away with just doing it on the bench here. You just got to be careful with your hammer blow so it doesn't go flying off on you, but definitely worthwhile investment. Oh yeah, Lincoln Electric, eh? I definitely need to get a bigger shop. Pick this up for my daughter. Might have to modify it. My size 12 boots don't fit in there to work the pedals, but this thing seems like it's a lot of fun. But if she catches me driving it, I'll be in a heap of trouble, so no time for fun. We got work to do anyways. Get the radiator draining on the 71 here, and I'll get this hose yanked off. So got it all drained out. Just gonna pull this hose off, and it's one of my pet peeves with hose clamps. So when people put them on backwards or in an awkward position, I always like to line these up so that if you're on the side of the road or out somewhere and you need to tighten it up, you can actually get to it. I also try and keep them so that they're not overly visible, but you know, you can easily get a nut driver or screwdriver on there and snug them up if need be. But of course this one's facing the other way, so I'm gonna have to fight and struggle with that to get that out of there. So I'll come back when I'm done cursing and swearing. All right, so after some struggling and fighting, got the old hose out of there. As you can see, the new hose is similar, but it's got a subtle difference in the way it bends around the frame there. So part number on this one is 24053L. That's the GM part number there. This is actually for a later model, 73 and up. The issue we have here is this truck would have originally had a 307, and at some point it was swapped out for a small block, early 80s model. So I had the same issue with the upper rad hose. To get the one that would clear the fan, I had to get one for a 74 with a 400 in it. So keep that in mind. It's always the joys of dealing with customized and hot rodded vehicles. So this one's going to be a little long. We'll have to cut it to length, but should give us some better clearance on the frame, and we won't have to run a custom made spacer sleeve like this one had. All right, so we got the new hose in there. There's plenty of clearance under the frame now. There's a bolt sticking up here for the cross member, but we've got a good couple inches. Good inch and a bit there between the hose and the fan, so that should be fine. And definitely a lot better. So that's all for today. I'm going to clean up a bit here, go out and start pulling the 68 apart there. So keep an eye out. Should have another video coming up here tomorrow for you. I do want to say thanks to all the new subscribers. Picked up a few here in the last couple of weeks. So thanks for your support. Definitely more than I ever expected. So I think when we get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a little giveaway here. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure to click down below, like and comment on the video, and we'll do a quick little video and a giveaway when we hit 100. So thanks again for all your support. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.